This episode of Seeing Red is presented in stereoscopic 3D and needs red and blue anaglyph glasses to view properly. But you can watch this episode in monochromatic 2D by clicking the link in the description. How's it gaming? I'm Phil LeBlancs and welcome to episode 22 of Seeing Red, a series of videos looking at the entirety of the Virtual Boy library. This is Nestor's Funky Bowling. It's not that funky. Yeah, not at all. But with this marks the final American exclusive title for the Virtual Boy, and basically after this we'll have seen the entire library of the Virtual Boy from the 90s. We'll get more into that later on, but let's just jump in there. We have 3 modes. There's not a lot to do in this one, even compared to Virtual Bowling. There's Bowl, which is a string of bowling. There's Practice, which you can set up the pins how you want to practice, which is smart. And Challenge, which is a pretty cool idea. We'll do a string of bowling and we'll do the challenge as well. We have 3 songs, kind of like Tetris or Dr. Mario. We have A, pretty good. We got B. I like this one. This one's funky. Yeah. And C, which is a little too intense for bowling, in my opinion. We'll do B. And we'll put in our name. And down there is Nestor and I guess his twin sister, Hester? I don't know. If you don't know who Nestor is, you're probably too young, or you probably just never read early Nintendo Power. Nestor was a comic character created for Nintendo Power and starred in like a 2-page and then later on single-page comic strip from issue 1 to issue 55 of Nintendo Power, and then later on came back for like issue 100 and the last issue, I think issue 200 as well, just like a special occasion. And he was paired up with real-life Howard Phillips. They made a comic book character out of him, just called Howard, and it was originally called Howard and Nestor, and it was basically just a comic strip that would explain a specific tip or trick from one of the games from that issue of Nintendo Power. So like the Mario 3 one would be like, oh, the warp whistle and that kind of thing. Later on, Howard would leave the comic and it would just be Nestor's adventure, which wasn't as good. But it was cool because he started out as a little kid in the early comics, and then like by issue 50 he was like a teenager, and then he came back as a college student in issue 100, and in the last issue was his dad. So that's kind of a neat idea, but he was a little annoying little kid who didn't have a sister named Hester as far as I know. But anyways, this is the actual game. Enough of my prattling about a fake comic book character for a magazine in the 90s. It's got pretty good animations in the bowl, or you'll see once that's pretty good. Ooh, I was close. And we have little animations at the top no matter what. If you don't get a strike, he's not very happy. But I got a spare, so he'll be kind of happy. That's creepy. That was weird. They kind of reminds me of the animations you might see in like the late 90s. Ooh, nice. The late 90s, early 2000s bowling, where you'd have like the little strike animation, that kind of thing. So a lot of personality, I guess. Is the bowling any good? It's fine. It's serviceable. The pins look good. It looks like it makes sense. That being said, I did not practice this one like at all, because we just did Virtual Bowling last week, and I practiced Virtual Bowling, and that was a fun game. This I played for like 2 seconds to make sure it like ran properly. Jeez. Oh, well, I've mastered this already. But I do like the animation. It's pretty cool. But other than that, it's okay. I mean, it's hard to really do too much with bowling games. I say that, but Virtual Bowling did a great job. Now, can I get a split? Probably not. Probably not. It's gonna be probably pretty brutal, actually. Nope. Hit it 2 straight on. That's fine. Splits are difficult, man. If you bowled in real life, splits are really difficult to hit. Get more power so I don't curve too much, and that's kind of how to go. Music's pretty good. But I do like the animations that they give Nestor. It's cute. It's not incredibly well animated, but I mean, I've definitely seen worse on this machine. So there we go. Probably not going to get turkey or anything. No, that's a cool one. What are we on anyways? 7? We might. Oh, there's a strike, so we're on 8 now. Okay. They don't appear as X's on the scoreboard. I was like, what? Ooh, there we go, a double. Yeah! Oh, hello, Cowboys. Come on, get that turkey. Get that turkey, Phil. Daddy wants a plate of turkey. He's hungry. No, that sucks. That was real close, though. At least my score won't be terrible. Ooh, that's probably gonna miss. It's gonna curve. Yeah, damn. Slack job there. Oh, I can't believe it. And last frame. Let's close out with a bang. No, let's not. Let's not at all. Let's blow our top in anger. That should be good. There we go. Because we have one more ball. Not too much to say. Again, we just played a bowling game, so it's hard to really talk it up. But it's okay. I would have rather the Japanese one, but this is still not a bad bowling game. I would say this is still probably closer to like a mid-range game for the Virtual Boy compared to, say, games like Waterworld or Virtual League Baseball or Virtual Lab. So it's better than those, but not crazy good. There we go. Woo! 184. Better than I'd bowl in real life. Game over. Wow, he looks so bored. He's like, I hate not bowling. Let's try out the challenge right quick. We'll do the incredibly intense music C, and we'll play as Hester. There we go. Who is a girl, I guess. And then, yeah, it's still 10 frames, but each frame is, that's not gonna be enough. Oh, just barely. Is its own little setup of a challenge. It's actually not a bad idea. And you get 10 points for every single one that you hit, and it does compound, which is a pretty cool idea. So you can still get, like, I'm pretty sure a full 300 on this. It's not a bad idea for a mode. I think Super Bowling on the Super NES does, like, something very similar. I think. I don't really remember. But definitely not bad. Plus, it gives you a way to challenge yourself a little bit, which is, you know... Oh, that was the mother-in-law pin. I can't believe I got that. Could not tell. Oof. Go for a little bit of a curve here. Oh, wow, I can't believe I got that. Usually the pin would stay in the gutter there. Ah, there we go. We got our first friggin' split. Let's go right here. Full strength. Oh, wow. I was trying to not do that, but it worked. I can't believe we're getting it perfect right now. This is pretty great. Ah, there we go. Oh, now she's angry. And they share animations, kind of. Ooh. Oh, goodness. Is this the, what was it called? Like the Greek church or something like that? I've been saying for years that the 710 split is the hardest, geez, I don't even know how to hit this. The hardest thing to hit in any bowling, like in real life bowling. And it's very difficult. But I learned about something, I think it's called the Greek church, something like that. We just saw that. And I guess statistically, that's the hardest thing to hit. There's the 710, and they did leave it for the last frame. Man, let's try it, I guess. I mean, obviously, probably gonna get a gutter, but you never know. Yeah, not even close. Don't know how to hit those. They're crazy. And that was Nestor's Funky Bowling. Sorry it wasn't very long. It is what it is. But let's get on to something more important, and that is, with this, like I've said, we've seen every single official release for the Virtual Boy from its, birth from 1995 to its death in 1996. Weirdly enough, though, this Wednesday, August the 4th, 2026, that will no longer be true. Nintendo is officially releasing 2 completed yet unreleased games onto the Virtual Boy app on the Switch 2, and that is Zero Racers, an F-Zero spiritual sequel. I don't think it's technically or canonically tied to F-Zero, and D-Hopper, originally called Dragon Hopper when it was supposed to come out. I think both of those are fully Nintendo first-party games. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's pretty crazy. 2 actual official Virtual Boy game releases in 2026. That's incredible. Now, mind you, we weren't going to be done with Seeing Red regardless, because there are a few unfinished games that, you can get online really easily, some of which are, like, really close to being complete or fully complete. Some are, like, prototypes, but I wanted to take a look at a couple of those as well, because, well, with a library so small with the Virtual Boy, it's cool to see that kind of stuff. So originally next week, I was going to have Bound High, which was the most well-known, fully completed and yet unreleased Virtual Boy game. It was covered by Nintendo Power, it was shown off at E3, and it never came out. That being said, it's very easy to find online, and it is fully completed, so that was going to be my next week. It depends on how things go this week. If the internet is the internet, it is able to dump the ROMs from the Virtual Boy app online so that I can get them, then I'll play either Zero Racers or D-Hopper. Mind you, I have a Switch 2 and could play it on that, but I can't record it for you. So that's the crappy part. So I need to wait till they kind of dump the ROM so that we can play it in a recordable fashion. But either way, we are still going. Episode 22 is not all of Seeing Red. So yeah, it'll be kind of neat seeing what's next, because even if you're very familiar with the Virtual Boy, what's coming up in the next couple of weeks will be very different than what you might be used to. With that, I'm Phil in the Blanks. See you next level. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to know when the next episode is up. If you want to support my channel, share some videos with some friends and consider supporting me on Patreon.